Marhaba, I am so glad to see you today to talk to you about one real jewel of Lebanon, the city of Anfeh. Anfeh is an absolutely fascinating city, with a very rich display of history, and the remains of several civilizations that one after another, generations after generation, could succeed to develop the local resources to flourish.
Anfeh is located in Lebanon. It was mentioned for the first time in the Amarna letters, a diplomatic correspondence held between the administration of the pharaoh and the Middle Eastern kingdoms some 3,500 years ago. One of the letters was for asking Pharaoh's help to protect Anfeh, or rather Ampi as it was called at that time, from the invasion of the Amorites, a bellicose tribe coming from the Euphrates. Anfeh's favorable location and its rich natural resources have made it a coveted spot across the ages. First and foremost, thanks to its Salinas, a 5 square kilometer area of natural and handmade low-depth basins carved into the bedrock. The seawater trapped inside the ponds evaporates to the sun and lets the salt ready to be harvested.
The Salinas are quite ancient. They are the Phoenicians who created these ponds in the first place to collect a very fine type of salt, the fleur de sel, which they used to export some 3,000 years ago.
Trading the wild gold was a highly profitable activity, facilitated by their outstanding navigation skills. The Phoenician Trench still bears witness to the golden age of the great marine merchant civilization that the Phoenicians once were. The trench was sculpted directly into the bedrock by the Phoenicians to host a shipyard conveniently connected to the sea. Once their construction completed, the ships could be directly launched to the sea. The analysis of shipwreck remains tells us more of the sea vessel engineering skills of the Phoenicians. Their boats were incredibly strong, thanks to premium quality cedar wood construction material and an innovative joinery technique that made the pieces assemble like Lego. The reconstitution of a Phoenician vessel has pointed at the physical strength needed to navigate on such vessels. 8 strong people were needed just to raise and lower the sail to ensure the right direction of the boat. Nowadays, Anfeh's salt production is in decline. Up until the 90s, Anfeh's salt ponds supplied most of Lebanon's salt. 45,000 tons of it were sold on the domestic market annually. However, the pressure of salt importation have severely impacted Anfeh's salt economy.
The Salinas are home to a very rich biodiversity by stimulating the microorganisms and offering a refuge for migratory birds, including endangered species. This lively ecosystem further nurtures the marine biodiversity of the surrounding sea, hence offering a telling example of a positive and sustainable interaction between human activities and nature.
The traditional living in Anfeh did not only rely on sea activities. The land offered a fertile ground to grow olives and vine grapes. The agricultural activities alongside the salt benefited from the port infrastructures to be exported. The so-called Phoenician citadel, located on the same promontory as the trench, actually used to serve as a depot to store the olive oil jars, probably ready to be put on board of the newly built ships. Massive presses from the Roman to Byzantine eras were found as well, directly carved into the bedrock. The land of Anfeh is also home to the last myrtle forest left in Lebanon. Myrtle is a typically Mediterranean species, appreciated since the antiquity for its rosemary-like flavor and its medical properties, further unveiled by the Arab medicine.
Anfeh's heritage and traditional know-how is exposed to various threats: urban encroachment, pollution, and over-tourism, the absence of governmental support. Its inscription in 2018 on Lebanon UNESCO tentative list set the hope for further commitment for its protection. I hope you found this video interesting and that you learn new things about Anfeh. Until I see you another time, take care.